tuning in. This is Optimus coming with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Battle Shell B-Team. And yes, Michelangelo named these guys the B-Team.
Look, they've got a B-Team too.
We'll need backup. You two in the shirts, you're coming with us.
Rodriguez and that other guy, they're gone!
Well, that's why we bring them along.
Yeah. So here we have Michelangelo, who's responsible for that whole name-calling thing, and of course, my personal favorite, Donatello. And honestly, in the new continuity here, well, not new continuity, the new cartoon, I shouldn't even say that Donnie's my favorite. I mean, these two are my favorite, but Mikey has really become my absolute favorite. There's just a charm that he has that I absolutely love. Now, Donnie still has a very special place with me because he was my favorite back in the original series, but these two, yeah, definitely are my favorite characters. And you see the Battle Shell features an opening storage cell for the guy, so all their extra weapons can be stored in there. Now, if you remember the original releases of the main cast of Turtles here, had some extra weapons, but you really couldn't store them. This allows you to do that. And then you come around here to the back, you see other characters that are in the line, and then you have an open shell right here showing you those extra weapons. Comes with two shuriken, shirky shirts. It comes with two shirky shirts and a three-section staff, which, what are you gonna do? And then you come around here to Mikey's, and he comes with two shirky shirts and a sickle and chain, although there's no real chain or anything. And somebody told me that they watched, when they were watching another one of my reviews, I think it was for the 2.0 Shredder, they said that Mikey comes with metal chains for his nunchucks, and clearly he doesn't, so I have no idea where he got that from, but as you can see, that's plastic. So, and I can't imagine why they would use metal in their basic line. And these aren't the collector classic turtles, so I don't know what he was talking about. Then you come around here to the back, and like I said, you got that, and then it says, carrying their ninja arsenal in their indestructible battle shells, these turtle teens have got any mutant monster that they may meet already beat. Pop open their protective shells for a weaponized surprise. Swap out and store accessories for battle attacks. These turtles are ready for battle. And of all the new ones, the only one that I haven't been able to find yet is Spider Bites. I got everything else that's currently out there, so really happy about these guys. Like I said, they're the B team, but they are my favorite team. So without further ado, let's get these two open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, and here we have Michelangelo and Donatello open up and out of their packaging. And much like the Raph and the Leonardo figure from these the new Battle Shell line, you can see that these guys do have a substantial amount of difference between how they look now and how they originally looked. So to jump right to some comparisons, here are the new guys themselves, and here's the original ones. Now, starting off with Mikey first, one thing that I'm noticing, and again, the feet are done in a way where they're really kind of outward, like so, and you can actually see that even on this one, you can kind of see that Mikey's right leg is a little bit longer than his left one, and that's kind of annoying, but you can see that they're outward, as opposed to these ones where you can get the flat of their foot down very nicely. These ones, you have to bend them back to get them to really stand there pretty good. And it's not bad. It's kind of weird looking here on Mikey. It looks like he's looking up. But one thing that you're seeing is that the new one is actually taller than the old one is. And let me see it now. Let me make sure I have this guy standing up straightly. I mean, you can't get his legs in any more than this. That's pretty much it. But and his head kind of looks like it's stuck looking up. So let me twist that a little bit, and yeah, you can absolutely see that the new Michelangelo is taller than the old one. And honestly, that kind of bugs me because I liked the small. I mean, he's still small, don't get me wrong, but you can see that there is a good difference here between them, and that it kind of bugs me, to be totally honest. I love the new face. It is a little bit more accurate looking. I'm really tempted to take a marker or something and paint inside his mouth, because to me that looks kind of weird with a green opening. But there you see the big difference between the two head sculpts. Vastly different. And again, you're seeing a lot of differences here in a lot of the molded parts. You got a lot more detail in the original one than we have in the new ones. You can still see a couple dings on there, but it's a lot smoother. Come around here, let me get his nunchucks out of the way. I'll touch on those here in a second. But again, you can see that the shells, well, number one, the new one is a much more oval shape as opposed to the original one, which had a more round shape to it. But you can see a lot more detailing in there, and this is just a much more smoother look. You got the arms, which have same kind of, like, you can see some of the muscle, but it's definitely not as cut as the original one is. I mean, Mikey here is just like ripped, and you can see coming down to the legs, you can see the definition in his thighs and things like that that the new one doesn't have. The new one is more cartoon accurate. It does have more of a squarish look, which is how he looks in the cartoon. But I mean, really, I do really appreciate the molded in detail in here. And I mean, like, for example, look at the neck. I mean, you can really see the tendons in his neck right there, whereas this one you can't. It's two different kind of styles. It's really very strange. I'm really honestly kind of torn. I mean, I love the authentic nature of it, and you can see completely different feet as well. Everything on here, all these figures are completely remolded. As far as I can tell, they don't use anything that it's not carried over from anything. You can see that the knee pads are much more accurate with the square look. The square look is how the characters look, so it doesn't bug me really all that much. It's just one of those things that I really still like these guys. It's really hard to say that I want to replace these ones with these guys, because as great as these ones look, they just don't have the same amount of detail. These are, I don't know, more realistic looking. Now, Mikey also does feature kind of upgraded nunchucks. Now, zooming in here so you can see this well. As you can see, these are the old ones, and because they're very stiff plastic, you can see just stretching them really does kind of stress that flat bit right there. These new ones have that flat bit right there as well, but they are a lot more flexible. These ones very rigid, very soft rubber on this. Not too terribly soft, but I really do think that in terms of overall, I guess, lastability, these ones definitely, constantly moving them around would make these snap eventually. This, I don't really necessarily feel that's going to happen. Both of them have a much softer plastic here, and so, I mean, naturally I don't want to straighten them out entirely, but I don't feel like they're going to stress and break like the original ones did. And that being said, when you come around here, putting them inside the little loops here on the back, like I said, I don't feel like they're going to break it. They are a little bit more loose inside there, so there's a little bit more give, but I really do like that improvement on those weapons. Now, setting Mikey off to the backside, coming over here to Donatello. Again, this is something where I might want to paint the inside of the mouth black, just to kind of break it up, but I am absolutely thrilled to say that Donatello finally has the gap in his teeth. That's absolutely phenomenal. So wickedly cool. I got a little bit of a white paint right there. I should be able to get that off easily. But for some comparisons, you can see there really isn't too much different between the two heads. They are rounded, obviously a little bit different. This is a more oval shape. This is more egg-shaped, and his mouth is closed, so not too much going on there. But you can see that, again, a lot of subtle differences. This has more of those marks throughout his chest piece, whereas this guy does not. Again, you come around to the back, you look at the shell, much smoother shell on the new one, a lot more divots and just overall texturing on the back of that shell. Same thing with everything else. The musculature, everything is just taking away some of those extra molded in differences and giving us a more accurate look. Like I said, it's so very hard for me to sit there and say that you should replace these ones with these ones, because these by themselves are outstanding figures. And comparing the two, you know, it really makes me appreciate them a whole lot more because of the amount of detail that's in them. You can see that they still maintain the same kind of weird coloration. Now, these are the battle shells, so getting these guys out of the way. The biggest thing with that is you come around here, open this up, and you have these extra weapons stored in here. His little throwing stars fell out. Oh, these are weirdly shaped, kind of cool looking. But this is a very hard plastic, much like Michelangelo's original nunchucks. So I don't imagine stretching these out and really utilizing these for anything. That's kind of crappy, honestly. So taking these, you just plug those right back in there, and then this bit just pegs right on there, just like so. And then, boom, you close it. And then because of the hinge, again, you're stuck with that right there. It doesn't look too ugly. It's obvious, but when you're bringing the arm down, the hinge does get in the way of the arm. As you can see, I like being able to bring it down. You can bring it down and keep it more to the side. That you really can't. So that's always out and kind of oddly positioned. So the hinge on there honestly does bug me. And then in order to get it more flush like that, you have to bend the elbow back, which looks really strange. So it does bug me having that hinge there, because it really limits that articulation. And then you can't push it back anymore. So that's really about it. So that's Donatello. Now Michelangelo again does have that storage shell thing. You just open that up, and you got his little what do you call this? I don't know, just a nunchuck on half a chain, I guess. And then he's got his little throwing star doodads right there. You got two different ones. All of them are different shapes, and then you have the cut inside here, which fits nice and perfect. Take this. How did that go in there? It's something like that. Maybe, yeah, it's like this. And then you just tuck that in just like so. Closing that up. And I love it. I love the storage shell thing. I think it's really a fantastic concept. I think it really makes the playability for these figures that much better. And all of them look great together. I mean, you can see that Mikey is shorter. I still wish he was as short as the original one, but bringing all the guys in, here you have all the new Turtles, and you can see that there is a noticeable size difference between them. So I love the fact that they kept that element still with these new figures. I really like Mikey being even smaller. I mean, that just looks better. I really think it's the guy. He's just, it's really weird how much bigger he actually is. I don't know. I wonder if I can take that. I mean, the heads, as you can see, just pop off, and oh wow, that's not even going to attach. So the ball section here doesn't even work. But I mean. Oh, wait a minute. This is the smaller one, so yeah, I can't even get that on there, so that sucks. That would have been a fun little swap-a-rooney, but that's it. That's all I can think of. I do like these guys. I really think that they're fantastic, and I really think that people are gonna really want to pick these guys up. They are. That pinched me. They are available right now at your local retailers. You just gotta find them. Some places have them, some places don't. So get out there, take a look, and see what you can find. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/TeamBotimus. And follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.